Okay, so just a quick test of this Audio-Technica AT2020, which I've modified into an end address microphone instead of a side address microphone. So basically what I've done, I just got inside, butchered it all up, cut a few things up, repositioned some stuff. Then I've got the capsule at the end. Well, it's not actually right at the end, it's more in the middle of the body, but obviously pointing to the end of the microphone. Now the only thing is here is I didn't do a test recording of it in this kind of position inside a dress, because obviously having changed the position of the capsule, that's definitely going to have altered the tonal response in some way or another. But I didn't do the recording in this position inside a dress, so I don't know. But I have had a quick listen back to it, and it does seem fine anyway. Now, the thing is, these microphones are not the quietest, so my modification hasn't made it worse as far as noise is concerned. They just are fairly noisy, so I'll just do a bit of silence. Now, of course, that silence there is going to be subject to the gain that I'm doing in post with me limiter. So, you know, it is going to have been gained up, and then once I don't talk and whatnot, I think it's going to just pull a bit more up anyway with the noise, but that'll give me an idea of what it's like. Although when I'm talking, you can't hear it anyway, so it's not a problem. Now, the other thing as well here, I've not been using a pop filter, and hopefully I don't need to, so let me just throw this one on. Okay, so that's me Rode WS2, and this is kind of designed for the likes of, you know, all the bigger, you know, Rode microphones, NT1, 1A and all that stuff. So that should give me an idea of as to whether or not did it need it in the first place. What it is, I'm trying to come in at a bit of an angle anyway, kind of across the capsule. So hopefully I'm not going directly into the capsule, and hopefully I don't need to use any foam filters. Again, the only other problem with these types of things is once I'm getting close to these microphones and doing my thing with them, the problem is, you know, if you have to start putting filters on, they do tend to be quite big, and then it just bulks up the whole thing. Physically, the size of this microphone, I really do like the size of it for, like, you know, a short end address, which is what it is now as opposed to the side address. Let me just try something here as far as its polar pattern is concerned. Not that this is going to bother me in any way, but it might be worth testing. So that's basically 190 degree there. So that should give me an idea as to what that rejection was like from this side. That now is basically right down the back of it. I'm probably a little bit further away from the capsule compared to what it was the other way around, but again, just give me an idea. Now, although that's now pointing down at the floor, this is the other 90 degrees from what I was at before. Let me just start spinning this round. So that's coming right round to the front there. So that's right onto the front, and that's coming back round there, and then that's going to be right round to the other side again. Okay, so that'll do it then for this test there. Now, the other thing as well, obviously, the slight angles you can use the mic at. I mean, as a for instance, it could come in like that instead and be more straight in, but I'm still going at a slight angle. I've still got to mess around with these like slight angle things and whatnot and see how they go. And then it could come right in at the side there, although that might actually change the tone too much. Or then again, it might change the tone to something better. I've still got to just test a couple of these angle things and whatnot, and, you know, see how close I can get to it without the foam filter and what have you. But immediately, the one thing that I can say is I way prefer it being in end address. It's just way easier to position an end address microphone. I cannot stand trying to, like, you know, like this is side address. I just hate mics being like this in front here, you know, coming in from the side like that. It's just way easier to position. Doesn't matter for VO stuff off camera or maybe like most studio work, but definitely for on camera, it definitely helps. Anyway, I'm diving off. This is definitely long enough for me to have got an idea about what this sounds like and whatnot.